Good morning, guys. Good morning. How's our weekend? Hope we all had a wonderful weekend. What a weekend. What a weekend. First of all, unless you've been living under a rock, you could see the whole situation with Iran has escalated to a point where Trump is talking about invading Iran. And basically, what does that mean for us? Well, first, like so many things happened. Trump is talking about invading Iran. They're talking about a criminal case for Powell, the central bank governor, which is the first of its kind, because Trump is trying to do everything in his power to have influence over the central bank and the rates and all of that, because usually we know the American president has no influence over that, but Trump is trying to change that. And all of this has caused downward pressure for the dollar and bullish momentum for gold, because gold loves chaos, gold loves uncertainty, and it's seeming more and more likely that the US would invade Iran at some point. And also, like, we had the situation with the Russian tanker, with the Russian oil tanker that was attacked by the US. So many things happening, like when it comes to geopolitics. Like, guys, you have to keep yourself updated with this situation because it affects the markets, right? And that's why we've seen gold flying up, we've seen Euro USD also pushing up, and dollar dumping because of the uncertainty that is going on with the market. And as you can see, look at this candle just this morning. It's just beautiful. We've been talking about this for quite some time. Honestly, you could have just found like an entry from midnight here and then just start getting up. I didn't, honestly. I wish I did, but it is what it is, right? So basically, like, what we're just waiting for on Euro USD right now is I'm still expecting higher prices, but I would like some sort of retracement right before looking for those entries. There's nothing too clean to my left, just choppy price action from last week, as we can see. Just waiting for maybe a low swipe, because if you look on each, okay, so here we have this on the hourly, you could target this area if it comes back to it, right? But I sincerely doubt it with the way it's moving. But if it comes back into this area, we could look for those longs directly from there and looking to target higher prices. That's all we have right now for Euro USD. As also Germany is also showing strong economic signs. So I expect higher prices on Euro. I expect lower prices on the dollar. So I expect the dollar to still dump further. So for me, I'm just looking for longs this week, or that's all I'm looking for. You could take swing positions. That would be the safest bet, maybe from here, and then put your stop beneath, like, no, right here, put your stop beneath this lows due to the uncertainty of the markets, right? You could put your stop right here or even beneath here. Right, so due to the uncertainty of the market, you don't have to, just swing positions will be the safest option at the moment, and targeting new highs, right? That would be the safest option at the moment. Yeah, that's all I have for Euro USD based on the geopolitical situation of the world as I'm speaking to you. And if you come here, you can see from last week we talked about dollar. Also from here, we're targeting a dump from this supply level. Now we're in the supply level. You can see we've had that change of character, quite obvious to see. So just any retracement is just for the short, and you can just see it's just dumping and dumping hard. And so let's wait and see what wants to happen on this. Would be looking for further short on the dollar, which would translate to longs on Euro USD and AU and the likes. And moving on, we can see with gold, right? Just beautiful, guys, just beautiful. You can just see the gap up that we had this morning. I think it's clear on the daily time frame. Yeah, you can just see the gap up that we had this morning. Gold loves chaos, gold loves instability, and with the situation in Iran, situation with the central bank, all of this uncertainty means more investors are flooding into gold, and all you just have to do is buy. We've been talking about gold buys for the longest. Just look for swing positions and buy. But If you're not in this position yet and you want to look for a way to get in, you can see, okay, now I would like a high swipe, right? You could just wait for this 15-minute high swipe and then come back, take out these lows, and then from there something like this. Let me draw it out so you can see, okay, we take out this high, come take out this low, and then from there that V-shaped reversal, you could look for those longs to take it into new highs. But all we're just looking for at the moment is buys and buys. If you're looking for sell, I mean, that's your business, but it's not mine. But all I'm looking for is buys. So yeah, so this is also a 1 hour supply zone. I don't even expect it to revisit there, not the way it's moving, because it is so impulsive, and I expect higher and higher prices on this. And silver also, right? They move in tandem, right? Silver is also pushing up, which is expected because of the chaos, because of this chaos. I mean, basically talking about invading a country and war starting and all of this. And once we have this kind of situation, I'll just go to the commodities. Like gold has always been a safe haven for people, silver also. So please, you want to keep an eye out for this throughout this week, as we should be getting more and more opportunities on this. Moving on to AU, we're looking for long still, because out of all the G10 currency, AU is actually looking to hike interest rates, and if you're looking to hike interest rate, that means positive news for the currency. And basically, since that is positive news for the currency, we're looking for higher prices. And you can see we've connected with this daily area of supply, and we took out these lows, swept this liquidity, and since then we started this reversal back up into the upside. So for me, we've had this change of character right here we had the change of character, retracement, and then next bullish leg up. You could have been in a long position from here. That's a valid position with your stops beneath here and targeting this new higher high. So if you're not in yet, just wait for that retracement. We have liquidity resting here. Perhaps we get one more swipe of the lows if the market is feeling generous, and then you could look for those entries, or you could just go to a lower time frame, wait for this liquidity low to be swiped, and then we look for that entry to take it into higher highs, as we still have all of this descending highs that we can target. Moving on to GU is still a pair that, as we've been talking about, it is still bearish, and but also if we go to, let me see the daily time frame, you can see we have this swipe of these lows, right? We have this liquidity low swipe, and this could just cause that reversal into the upside. As we've taken out this equal lows here, we just cause that reversal into the upside. But also you can see we've changed character right here, right? This was our change of character. It happened on Friday, and now this could be our supply. It is still very, very uncertain, honestly, because of it's not moving in tandem with others. So if you want to take a position, you can edge this against your Euro USD long position or AU long position, right? But I would wait for one more fractal break of the lows, right? I would wait for one more fractal break, and that would confirm it. So wait for a break of this low, and that would give me that stronger confirmation that, okay, probably we're ready to push down. But from here, I'm just not a big fan of it, because this could just be a liquidity sweep, and then we have that V-shaped reversal and we start making higher prices. So keep that in mind as we're trading this. With NU, guys, NU, I've been screaming for longs since last week, or even longer than that. I think 2 weeks now. But the point is, I wanted it to connect with this area of demand, and perhaps we're not connecting yet. But also I can see supply is still in control, so I'm not ready for any sells just yet. Sorry, I'm not ready for any buys just yet. I would wait for this high to go, and then from there I can start looking for those buys. Guys, be patient, as we still have enough room here. We still have a lot of pips to still take out. So or else this could just be that liquidity swipe, and then we make that lower price into this, connecting to this demand level, and then from there we start to push up, because at the end of the day, supply is still in control. So I want this high to go, and then from there I could start to look for those further for those longs into the upside. USD JPY, guys. With USD JPY, we've swept this high. We've swept this high, and perhaps we need to start looking for some short at the moment. Like, we still have lots of room to target, but the reason why I'm still a bit cautious is because the yen basket is still weak. It's still weak, and it's still weak, and we're still waiting for that intervention from the BOJ. So if we get that intervention from the BOJ, then we can start to look for those shorts on USD JPY. I'm a fan of this, and I would be looking to trade it this week. I'm looking for that fractal break to the downside, right? Where's our fractal low? Here's our fractal low, right? So I want this low to go and supplies to start to show some strength, and then from there we can start to look for those further shorts into the downside. For US30, I'm still waiting for lower prices. I would like a sweep of this low perhaps, and then maybe from there we see some upside momentum come back into this market. As we've been discussing, this is an uptrend, but I would be waiting for some low swipes, some liquidity lows to go, maybe here, or even deeper retracement, maybe here. So let's see what wants to happen on this for this week. And with US oil, guys, with the whole situation with Venezuela, it is still, I'm expecting probably higher prices on this as more oil companies are flooding into Venezuela, and the supply would start increasing. And once lower prices, and once supply starts increasing, we would probably start to see some lower prices come into the market as oil will start to get cheaper. Okay, and with USD CHF, quite beautiful. As we said, we're still waiting for this higher prices, for this liquidity. This would be the highest probability of short from here, but also we still have, it's a possibility from here. As you can see, we've had that change of character, and if you're looking at the dollar index, it is quite bearish at the moment. So this was our change of character, retracement, and then you could have started looking for those sells. But keep in mind, the highest probability shorts will come after swiping the extreme highs, but we might never get there, as from the 0.5 it's enough for us to start to sell. So our highs will be kept above here, right? If you're taking a short position from here, you want something like this, right? You want something like this, and then you target these lows, right, for a 1 to 3 at least. Okay, so let's see what wants to happen on this. But it is looking good for some further sells, for some downside. So let's see, as we've grabbed this liquidity, we've connected into this area of supply, it is looking beautiful for some downside. And similar story with USD CAD also. We've grabbed this liquidity, and now we started to see that bearish momentum return into the market. On the daily, we haven't had that fractal structure change yet, but even on the 4-hour, not yet. So I still think this is still fresh. Keep an eye out for this. This might give us an opportunity to sell later this week, or even maybe by New York session. So you want lower price, you want some bearish momentum to come into here, probably break this low, and then the retracement, and you can get in and put your stops above this high to take out all of this liquidity. So that's one option for us. Okay, so I wish you guys a wonderful trading day. Thank you for your time. Goodbye.